All right, looks like I'm on here on Facebook Live here this morning. Let's see if we have anybody coming on as we get started here. And I'll give it about 30 seconds. I don't like waiting forever to get people to come on and then, pretty much waiting and waiting. I'd rather get started. I'll just get here, I'll launch in here and get started here. So I appreciate folks coming by. And let's see who's watching. Tanya Parker, thanks for coming by. Jerry Toll, good to have you on here, my friend. Okay. All right, wanted to talk a little bit about this. This is something that Tony Robbins said recently, and it just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks in a big way. And this is something that I think that you can take with you, especially if you guys have a situation where you're trying to pursue your dreams, you're trying to get extra income in, you're trying to use online strategies to do that, you're trying to start a home-based business. With me, it has been voiceover. That has been kind of my chief engine, my chief money-making engine. I have other different things that I have been doing before that I'd like to get back into as well, other streams of income that I'd like to pay attention to, so that I have other things coming in just besides this one. Because I think when it comes to service businesses, you do receive some level of fluctuations. It's not gangbusters every single month. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's just like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. It was just like non-stop. And it was just like, man, I've got to get this done. I've got these deadlines to meet. And I was working my butt off, which was great because it was making some really decent money. Now it's okay. I'm still getting those orders in. Still have audiobooks. I still have a publisher who continues to give me books all the time, which has been a real blessing. So a steady stream of audiobooks, and usually I'll have one with him all the time, and then I'll have another one come in, or 2 or 3. And there was one point I had 2 or 3, and then I had a whole bunch of little small ones. And oh my goodness, the small ones were kind of, these people wanted this done now, and it was like a book that would take a little while, and then I was trying to work on some bigger projects. So it was a balancing act for the most part. So one of the things that has really helped me is with Earl Hall, and I've been in his group, Steps to Voiceover Success. If you ever decide to find out more about that, if you are into voice work and you want to learn more about it, he's got a great group on Facebook, and he's got an awesome community. But one of the things that he has mentioned in one of his YouTube presentations is that you really do need a schedule, for sure. You need a schedule. You need a situation where you are just pounding this out here, and you're doing this on a consistent daily basis, and you live by that schedule. You don't want to be in a situation where you're just kind of don't have goals. You don't have a schedule. You don't have you're not doing the things that are going to make you profitable. You're not spending the time and attention, the action steps that you need in order to make that happen. So I got Success Magazine a long time ago, and it came with a whole bunch of free CDs, and I had these CDs in my book bag that I usually bring around with me. And I was traveling and I decided to pop in an interview with Tony Robbins, and he had some very interesting things to say. And one of the things that hit me like a ton of bricks is he mentioned that people are self-medicating themselves. Now, when you think of self-medicating, you think obviously that's a term where it's almost like you hear people that have struggled with drug abuse or alcoholism when you hear like self-medicate. But he used it in a different way. And I think everybody does this, okay? Whether it's eating the wrong foods, which I'm totally guilty of, okay? I'm a type 2 diabetic, and I stray, and I'm guilty as charged on that. Or watching TV. And one of the things Tony Robbins said is, this just kind of struck me, is that you get so self-medicated on something. And here's the other thing that can be self-medicating. People that don't like TV or don't like watching shows, but they like politics, okay? And especially when primary season gears up, or the presidential election, and there's debates going on back and forth. I get sucked into that. You get angry, there's emotions, and you find out what's going on, you look up interviews. And it's just like it becomes a form of self-medication, because there is an addiction process going on. You're addicted to your favorite shows. That can be fine in a nice way. But you at one point in time, I think there's some people that have struggled with their online business and they can't get it going. They're trying to figure it out. They want it to be more successful. Maybe they've gotten some level of success, but they haven't reached the next goal. They haven't gone to the next step, and they're at a plateau of sorts. So what will happen is that at the same time they're like self-medicating on their favorite show. You sit down for the weekend, you sit down during the night, you watch one show after another. You're looking for the movies. You're looking at Netflix. You're looking at this, that, and the other, and it becomes. Let's see, Javier Hernandez. Hey, Javier, good to have you on here. Elizabeth Bolton Winkleman's here. Linda Wagman's here. They're all here. So you get into the self-medicating mode, and it's not necessarily a drug or a substance. It's television, or it's getting online doing stupid stuff, getting on Facebook doing nothing. Just kind of floating around in space, and there are people that they get frustrated because they're discouraged, they feel overwhelmed, they don't understand. They've been trying to do something online and it's not working for them, and they're wondering why they're not making money. One of the big things when it comes to self inventory is that these things that can be self medicating can take you away from that, can take you away from your schedule, can take you away from your goals. And I believe if you become more serious about making money online, okay, or pursuing it, when you're thinking of career things to do, or personal development or self-development, or becoming a better person, no matter what it is, I'm just trying to get a broad, I'm just kind of getting a broad sweep here. You gotta pay attention to what you're self-medicating on. And I think with me, at one point in time, there was when the Walking Dead first came out, we have to watch it every Sunday. We have to follow it. We have to figure out what's going on. And people really get into it. Now it's just kind of fizzled out because it just seems, and I just get sick of it after a while. But at the same time, I had to ask myself, you spend so much time and effort trying to figure out what's going on in the next episode, or what happens next, or you're trying to figure out the next, or maybe you're watching news and you're into politics and trying to find out the next poll number of your favorite candidate or whatever, or your least, or someone you don't like, and you're trying to figure out what's going on here, and getting sucked into that and getting your emotions riled up, and it becomes one of these things where it becomes a distraction. And I think the more you are committed to success, the less you're going to be going down these avenues. Now, I'm going to give you one example, and people hope they don't get turned off of that. Some people they're very, politically triggered one way or the other. I remember at one point in time, just kind of, this was years ago, just listening. I think Rush Limbaugh was on in the car. Now, Rush is a guy who is fully committed to his career, maybe to a fault, who knows? But who am I to decide there? But he has a rigorous schedule in order to be successful, and a process that he goes to create his show, and to make his show successful. And I remember one caller said, "Hey, did you watch this?" And it was like a popular show that was going on right now, and he said, "No, I have never heard of it." And it wasn't because he just he was ignorant about it. It was because he's so focused on what he's doing, is that he goes, "Yeah, usually what I'll do is I'll take a week or two or a couple days, and I'll when I have a vacation time, or I'll sit and I'll watch this all in one setting, and I'll get the episodes or whatever. But I don't watch TV." And you're going to find people that don't watch TV. The less TV you watch, it's a sign that you're really investing in yourself, and you're investing in your business. And it can easily, especially in the digital age, my goodness, especially with Facebook and social media, it can be this self-medicating thing, all right, where if you have goals set, whether they're family goals, okay, whether they're financial goals, or whether they are goals to grow your business, to succeed in whatever you're doing, and you have those set before you, these things that are on the side that get you sidetracked can be, as Tony Robbins put it, this is self-medication, is how he put it. People are self-medicating themselves. And he says many people are living on autopilot, people that are, that do their 9 to 5, they go home, they just, veg out, they get up the next day, they go to work, they do live on autopilot. And a lot of times these different things, these self-medicating items out there, can suck you in, and it can be anything really. It doesn't have to be just TV. Let's see who else is on here. Javier Hernandez, I need to hear this. Hey, appreciate it, Javier. Joe Labor's here. He joined. Thanks for coming by. Got Mark Wiggle, and also Woody Brown has joined as well. Thanks for coming by, guys. So, just keep that as a mental inventory, because that really hit me like a ton of bricks. Is that when at times when I get discouraged with where I'm at, okay, and I'm not happy with where I'm at, I'm frustrated, and I'm not spending the time and attention I need on myself and on my online business, or to better myself, or better equip myself. You keep an inventory of all the things that are draining you with what they call self-medicating items. All right, whether that be TV, whether that be eating the wrong foods and making the wrong choices. All right, that's an escape hatch too. Eating incorrectly, or not taking care of yourself. So I think it's something that you can just keep that in mind. And hearing that from Tony Robbins, you think, well, a guy that's that successful, how did he get there? Okay. What steps did he take to become as successful as he has? Well, one of the things he did is he cut out the things that everybody else is doing. Everybody's watching the show. What do you mean you're not watching the show? What do you mean you're not catching the latest episode of The Walking Dead? Well, they've gotten rid of Rick, from what I understand, so who cares now, right? I mean, who's going to be the next, they're just trying to I remember when I was a little kid, I was so ticked that the A-Team went off the air, right? Because they changed the plot line, and they even get to the point where, ratings suck so bad you could even call in and, they try to finagle you tell Mr. T what to do, or whatever, or B.A. Baracus on the A-Team, or it just got stupid. But people, you get sucked into these things, and it's like, enjoy entertainment. Don't be a fuddy-duddy. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's times where I spend a lot of time with my kids, and we're watching something, or we're doing something. We're going somewhere, and we're doing those kid activities, and being a part of their lives, and as a parent. But at the same time, the inventory right here is that. And here's something else too. One of these items that I think can control people too is, especially when it comes to politics. You get on Facebook, especially, there's all kinds of political groups. Everybody's angry at everybody at something. Everybody has a position. Their position is gold, and whatever you disagree with, you're an idiot. Okay, if you disagree, you're an idiot, basically. And it goes with both sides. I see it on both sides. It's not one side or the other, I think. Somebody posted this. They said if the news is changing your mood, okay, and is determining your mood, if you're in a bad mood because of news, okay, that means that news is controlling you. I mean, think about that. Don't let this stuff control you. And I think that's what it becomes. I mean, I think there's addictions out there that people deal with on a substance level, substance abuse level, and then there's addictions that people deal with on a everyday level, okay, on an entertainment level, on a social media level, and it's a distraction. It's taking you away from it. It becomes a self-medicating thing, And the thing is that we gravitate towards these things when we get discouraged. We should take that discouragement and use that as a catalyst to improve ourselves, okay, and to become better, to get in the correct mindset, to be in a different place. Instead of using that discouragement that you get to go self-medicate yourself and escape, tackle that discouragement, find out why you failed, learn from it, and better yourself, and come back swinging. And so many times I think we use these self-medicating items like television or whatever, okay, to try to deal with what we're dealing internally, and you know, it hurts us in the end, and it's going to hurt your business in the end. So, let me see anybody else here that is weighed in. I don't know. We got a couple of people. Looks like the same old folks. All right. Well, looks like that's it for now. I hope that's helped you guys out today, and I hope that. I hope that that has helped you. One of the things I need to do is start my blog. I haven't even started it. I got a new website, stoffsolutions.com. If you guys want to check that out, find out a little bit more about me, drop me a message or whatnot, and I'll post this right here on this Facebook Live video if you want to check it out. Hope that has helped you out today, guys. Have an awesome day.